Sweet dreams are made of this. It's one of the most recognizable synth lines in pop history. But beneath that catchy beat lies a surprisingly dark, existential song about human desire, disappointment, and resilience. Today, we're breaking down the true meaning behind Eurythmics' Sweet Dreams Are Made of This, the surreal symbolism in its music video, and what Annie Lennox and Dave Stewart themselves have revealed in interviews. Before we dive in, if you love exploring the hidden stories behind songs, hit subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any of our deep dives. Before we break down the lyrics, let's kick things off with a quick quiz. Which of these surprising items does Annie Lennox interact with in the iconic Sweet Dreams Are Made of This music video? A. A giant chessboard. B. A herd of cows. C. A spinning disco ball. D. A motorcycle. Think you know the answer? Drop your guess in the comments and stay tuned until the very end to see if you're right. Now let's dive into the story behind this unforgettable song. Sweet Dreams was born out of struggle. In 1983, Annie Lennox and Dave Stewart were at a breaking point. Their previous band had collapsed, their personal lives were in turmoil, and they weren't sure if music was even their future. Out of that despair came this strange, almost hypnotic track that asked big questions. What are we searching for? What drives us? And what happens when our dreams turn dark? Dave Stewart once called the track an existential spooky record, while Lennox described it as a coded message about the human condition. Quick question for you. When you first heard Sweet Dreams, did you take it as a dark, deep song, or just a fun synth pop classic? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'll be responding to as many as I can. Want to experience Sweet Dreams the way it was meant to be heard? Spin it on vinyl for that warm analog magic. Drop the needle, feel every synth and haunting vocal come alive just like in the 80s. Grab your copy using the affiliate link below and support the channel. Your ears will thank you. Let's break down the lyrics. The opening lines, "Sweet dreams are made of this, who am I to disagree? I travel the world and the seven seas, everybody's looking for something." That's not just wanderlust, it's existential. It's saying all humans are seekers. We're searching for love, money, power, escape, something to make us feel whole. Then comes the darker pre-chorus. Some of them want to use you, some of them want to get used by you, some of them want to abuse you, some of them want to be abused. At first listen, it almost sounds like it's about sex or SM, but Lennox herself clarified, no, it's not about that at all. It's about human motivation, and sometimes that motivation is destructive. What makes it powerful is the honesty. It doesn't sugarcoat people's intentions. It admits that in our search for fulfillment, we often exploit others, or let ourselves be exploited. It's raw, it's uncomfortable, and that's exactly why it still resonates. But here's the brilliance. It's not all bleak. Stewart suggested adding the line, "Hold your head up, moving on," and that totally transforms the message. Instead of wallowing in despair, it becomes a mantra of resilience. Life is tough, people can be selfish, but you hold your head up and keep moving forward. Of course, you can't talk about Sweet Dreams without its legendary music video. Annie Lennox's androgynous look, bright orange hair, sharp suit, was shocking at the time. It challenged pop's gender norms and gave her an iconic, commanding presence. Then there's the cow in the boardroom, probably the strangest image in MTV history. Stewart said it was inspired by surrealist art, meant to show the absurdity of human ambition. Other imagery, wigs, masks, shifting looks, hint at themes of identity, performance, and the masks we wear in pursuit of acceptance. All of it together made the video unforgettable. It wasn't just a promo clip, it was a piece of art. Be honest, what's the first image that comes to mind when you think of this music video? Annie's orange hair? The cow? Let me know in the comments, and I'll feature some of your answers in a future video. Over the years, Lennox and Stewart have both reflected on the song's meaning. Annie Lennox called it a commentary about the human condition. She admitted it came from a place of nihilism, a sense of hopelessness, but that it also carried a determination to keep searching. She even said she finds it ironic when the song is used as a pure celebration anthem, because its message is much deeper. Dave Stewart saw it as a hook-filled but unconventional track. Publishers were baffled that it didn't have a traditional chorus, but he insisted the entire song was the chorus. He loved that tension between the hypnotic rhythm and Lennox's raw, almost rant-like vocal. Together, they turned their struggles into one of the most unforgettable records of the 80s. 40 years later, Sweet Dreams isn't just a nostalgic track. It still feels relevant. The search for meaning, the fear of being used, the hope of finding our own version of sweet dreams. That's universal. And maybe that's why it's constantly rediscovered, covered by artists like Marilyn Manson, sampled in hip-hop, featured in movies and TV. Most people know Sweet Dreams as an iconic 80s synth-pop hit, but did you know Marilyn Manson transformed it into one of the most chilling covers in rock history? Let's take a closer look at why Manson's version feels so different, and what he was trying to say. According to Manson himself, the idea to cover the song came during his first acid trip. In his autobiography, The Long Hard Road Out of Hell, he recalls hallucinating a slower, meaner version of the Eurythmics track, sung in his own voice. That vision stayed with him and became the blueprint for what would become a radical reinterpretation. Visual cue, side-by-side comparison. Notice the difference in tempo and instrumentation. Eurythmics' version is bright and fast, while Manson's is slow, ominous, and heavy on industrial sounds. Manson has openly said that his goal was to pervert the original. By that he meant taking the bubbly pop sound of the Eurythmics and twisting it into something darker, heavier, and more unsettling. The keyboards, the slowed-down rhythm, and his deep, haunting vocals turned the song into an almost industrial gothic nightmare, perfectly aligned with his signature style. While the Eurythmics original explores the search for fulfillment and the human pursuit of sweet dreams, Manson's version digs into the more sinister aspects of desire, power, and human nature. His interpretation exposes the song's underlying darkness, making it feel like a commentary on the shadows that drive us, rather than the aspirations that inspire us. Manson has also discussed the cultural impact of his cover. In a 1996 interview, he acknowledged that mainstream success might attract new fans, sometimes frustrating longtime followers, but he emphasized that the core message was about individuality and embracing anti-social sentiment. Covering Sweet Dreams wasn't just about the music, it was a statement. You can take something familiar and make it wholly your own. So, while the Eurythmics version celebrates the pursuit of dreams in a surreal synth-pop world, Marilyn Manson's cover strips away the gloss and exposes the darker, raw edges of human desire. Which version of Sweet Dreams do you connect with more? The haunting, gothic Manson interpretation or the iconic, hypnotic original? Drop your thoughts in the comments. I'd love to hear which one gives you chills or inspires you the most. Hey, you made it all the way to the end. Thank you so much for watching. Now remember that Sweet Dreams pop quiz from the very beginning? Here's the answer. The iconic cow in the Sweet Dreams music video was actually a symbol for breaking the mold and challenging expectations. Congratulations if you guessed it right. You've got some serious Eurythmics knowledge. If you didn't get it this time, no worries. Drop your guess or your favorite fun fact about Sweet Dreams in the comments below. I love hearing your takes and seeing who's paying close attention. Thanks again for spending time with us today. Stay curious, keep listening, and I can't wait to see you in the next video.